Alright, today's video, everything I could tell you about Peppermill. That's it right there. I'm done playing. You might have seen that in yesterday's video. Not sure of the order of these videos, but I was playing in there. Played some 510 while I was waiting for a 0-2 seed. Then I played some 0-2 and a lot of pictures. So let's go to the slideshow and then some things that make more sense in a scene like this. I'll come back and tell you some other things. Alright, walked into Peppermill, eventually found the poker room. Don't mind that my finger in the bottom left kind of got into the shot and it was kind of blurring things up over there. Nice sign, and once I was in the room, didn't need to wait. This is actually while I was playing 510. It was the only thing that had a seat open when I first got there. Just turned around, took a picture of these chairs. They are comfortable. I'm just not a fan of the really high back that these chairs have, but I will definitely take them over some of the worst chairs I've ever had in poker rooms. Just not like perfectly ideal for me. Here are the chips. Told you I was playing 510. I think it was 500 minimum, and I sat with I don't know, 550 I think, and there it is. Here was the board, and yeah, 0-2, a little misleading. It's a 1 blind game, and that blind is $2. Tables of 3-6 limit were going, and you know, like I said, 510 was going. There were other interest lists, but those were the only 3 games that were running. So here's a picture. I'm the dealer in seat 5. We were 9-handed, and the guy on my left, seat 6, is the 1 blind. It's a 1 blind game. He puts $2 out. He is the only player who puts out a blind. No little blind, no big blind, because there's only one. He is the $2 blind. Also, this is rare. We paid time, not rake. So dealers change, and every player pays $5 per half hour. So this is me, the guy on my left, and it looks like I also got the 9 seats, $5, paying time in Peppermill in Reno, Nevada. And this is one thing I didn't care for. So black felts, okay, they're gonna last longer because you're not gonna like see them get dirty because it's a dark color. It does make a black all-in chip tough to see. Not a fan of that. Would love to see the all-in chip be another color, or maybe some kind of like checkered pattern or something like that, something to stand out a little more. This player was all in, and it's tough to see the all-in button in front of him, but not a huge deal. Drink machine, just like all the places in Reno. So self-serve, you go get your own soda, etc. Right next to that, they had a bunch of waters in the cooler. You could get water whenever you want to. There was a microwave over there. Never seen that. Don't know how often it gets used, but there was a microwave in the poker room, and it was right in this area with these high chairs and these high tables. There were guys here, I don't know if they were just hanging out or waiting for a seat earlier, but well before, like an hour before I took this picture and went over there myself, there were some people hanging out over here, and just to the right is where that microwave was. But if you're not a fan of the high chairs when you're waiting, there was this area right next to it also that had chairs lower to the ground. Your legs wouldn't be dangling or anything like that, and you could see straight ahead. There is one chair on the other side of this space. Alright, so people love results. First, when I played 510, I mean, I walked in and I didn't know if like a seat would open on anything else, so I wanted to play. So I played 510, lost $13 in, I think it was 12 minutes, whatever's on the screen right there is correct. Then played 1-2, I know it was an hour, 2 minutes. I think I lost like 31 or something, whatever's on the screen, also correct. Things that didn't make sense because of the shape of the picture to put into the slideshow. Games, so people ask me, sometimes I forget when I do a video like this showcasing a room. Games, stakes, mins, max buy-ins, things like that. So pause the screen, pause the video if you want to, and look at that, although I'm sure Bravo has the information also. And there were a lot of screens on that, like digital sign thing. Here are some of the promo things going on. So pause the screen. I didn't even read it all, but I took the picture. Pause the screen if you would like to read that. I'm gonna start walking because I'm going somewhere else and it's not very far, but oh yeah. So there's some information. There's a lot of information about Peppermill. You know what's interesting, which I didn't mention in the day 2 part 2 video? Hope this is south, because that's, oh, I can see it, all right. You know what's interesting? 02. I knew that was the case. I've known that for a while, even though I never played here. And it's not, I would just call it 2. It's not like the seat clockwise of the button puts in 0, and then the next seat over puts in 2. It's just one blind. So the player clockwise of the button puts in 2, only one player is the blind. Now it is efficient. You don't need to tell as many people put your blinds in. You know, normally it's 2 people, and if they both forget, like, you have to talk to 2 people, get them to put their blinds in. It's also, yeah, it's efficient, but actually, and I do like efficiency, actually felt like it was hurting the game. It's like when you have 2 blinds, especially in limped pots, I don't know, there like wasn't as much in the pots. You know, we would have a limped pot, and like in rooms with a small blind and a big blind, a limped pot, the small blind's almost always completing. You have 2 people involuntarily put money in before the cards are dealt, and they're often going to the flop in these limped pots. And it wasn't the case here. We had, you know, some like 3 people would limp, then you have the 1 blind, and there's only 4 people in the hand, not 5. There's also only $8 in there. 02. You know, it's great if your card's dead and you fold for an orbit, it's only $2. Like, where else is that the case? Nowhere. But you know, it's usually $3. You know, if it's a 1-3 game, it's $4. But it was, and this is still Peppermill, by the way. Guy dropped me off right over there. But yeah, I don't know. It felt like pots were more difficult to build with the 1 blind. But I mean, if I lived here, it wouldn't stop me from playing here. Just a small piece of what was going on that I was wondering how it would affect things, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. Let me see if I can think of anything else. I'll come back. My arm's getting really tired holding the camera up. Time rake. So I gave you that picture of us paying it. That made things more efficient, and you know, it's going to be a matter of how you play. If you win a large number of small hands, you would prefer time rake. If you win a small number of large hands, you might prefer, not time rake, time. You might prefer a rake per hand, however you want to say it, but that definitely made things more efficient. The dealer still needs to take out the promo money. $1 was coming out when the pot got to 10. $1 was coming out when the pot got to 20. So it's not that the dealer had nothing to do. You know, often in like a 5-10 game, like 5-10 at Bellagio, no promos, and it's time. So the dealer sits, the dealer takes the money, which I think is $7 per player per half hour over there, but the dealer takes the money and that's it. There's no more money coming out of pots. So in Bellagio 5-10, dealer could be very efficient, like a lot less arm motion, a lot less on the dealer's mind. Here it is less, but still need to be taking the promo money out. It's not nothing that you need to be thinking about in terms of the size of the pot, but it is less. So there was that. And I have no idea if people would say this is a nice or not nice area, but I had no idea, which is why I wanted to walk to my next stop while the sun was still up. So if you're wondering about that. So yeah, Peppermill wasn't there a ton. You know, the trip in general wasn't to play crazy volume, but never been here. That's the room I heard the most. So yeah, that was a lot bigger than. I didn't get pictures of it, but the a lot of space, a lot of TVs, a lot of big TVs. Some like really above you, some kind of at, you know, person height. It was a really nice space, closed off which I'm not a fan of. Most people like that closed off from the rest of the casino. I wouldn't say bathroom is in the poker room, like it's very, very, very close. Like in Red Rock, it's actually in the poker room. Wynn in Vegas, same thing. It wasn't technically inside, but like as close as you could possibly get without it being literally inside. So that's gonna be it on the Peppermill video, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. And remember, rice is a spoon food.